Big salute to all of my veterans out here. Big shout out to all of my subscribers. Man, like I tell you guys, I can't go one video without showing my appreciation. So man, let's continue this free freight broker training. This is for you new freight brokers out here. This is video number 4. And video numbers 1 through 3, I basically cover what a freight broker is. How do you get started? Starting your LLC, getting your EIN number, opening up your business bank account, going directly to the FMCSA website to apply for your authority. I talked about getting your BOC3 and your surety bond. In videos number 1 through 3. Today we're going to cover video number 4. And as you see, I have some terminology up here. So it's very important for you guys out here, especially if you're new to anything in life. I feel you're not going to be confident at what you're doing because you don't know how to speak the language, right? So what I have up here is some critical terms that freight brokers need to know. So when it's time to start brokering out these loads, you guys could talk back and forth to the shipper and to the trucker very knowledgeably too. And you will understand everything the shipper is trying to relay to you as well as the trucking companies. So let's just roll straight off into it. OD. Overdimensional. So when you're getting loads from the shipper might say this is going to be a OD load. So now you don't have to scratch your head and say, what does OD mean? Or ask the shipper like a rookie freight broker, right? You're already gonna know what OD means. Overdimensional. Anything over 8 feet, 6 inches wide is considered an overdimensional load. So if it's 8 feet, 7 inches wide, it's an OD load. And basically OD loads are going to go on flatbed trailers. Anything that's going to be an open deck trailer, that's going to allow an OD load. So if you're brokering out loads for flatbed trailers, one day you might broker out an OD load, and basically that OD load is going to give you more profit too, because OD loads are going to pay more money. So that's OD, overdimensional. Anything over 8 feet, 6 inches wide is going to be an OD load. It's going to require permits for the trucking company. So every trucking company that's hauling OD loads, they're going to have to get a permit for every state that they're crossing. Freight brokers, you don't have to worry about getting those permits. That's going to be on the trucking companies. Let's keep moving. FCFS. First come, first serve. So this is for you guys to know when it's time to say, all right, I'm gonna broker this load out to X, Y, and Z trucking company. And then that trucking company asks you, what's the loading hours? What time do I have to be there? Now, it's going to be on a first come, first served basis. So basically the shipper is going to let you know that when you're getting the loads from the shipper too. The shipper on their rate confirmation, it just might say FCFS on load up times. So basically that shipper is just saying it's just first come, first served. So if their business is open from 9 to 5, whenever that truck could get there between the hours of 9 and 5, it's going to be on the first come, first served basis, meaning that it don't need, that load doesn't need an appointment set, you know, for the trucker to pick up or deliver. First come, first serve. No appointment needed. Next, let's go to rate con. You will hear this a lot. Just rate con. But rate con is just short for rate confirmation. So whenever you're getting these loads from shippers out here, you should be getting a rate confirmation from that shipper. And basically on that rate confirmation is going to have all of the details about that load, where it's picking up, where it's dropping off to, the dimensions, the weight, pickup numbers, how much they're paying you. That's very important too. So make sure on your rate confirmation that you have all of the details that you and the shipper agreed on whenever you agreed to broker that load out for them. And also, as a freight broker, you're going to be generating a rate confirmation, a rate con to send over to the trucking companies that you have brokered that load out to. So the shipper is responsible to give you a rate confirmation as the freight broker, and you're responsible to giving the actual trucking company, you know, a rate confirmation with all of the details in the rate on how much you're brokering out that load for. Next, we're going to go with BOL. You will hear that a lot. And BOL is just bill of lading. So the bill of lading is going to have the pickup address, the delivery address. It's really going to have majority of the information that's on the rate confirmation, but it's not going to have the rate on there too. So the BOL, bill of lading, is what that trucker needs to pick up from the shipper whenever they get loaded up. And whatever is on that truck that has been loaded, it should reflect on the BOL too. So if there's 48,000 pounds of steel on that flatbed trailer, it should be on that BOL. And once that trucker makes it to their destination to drop off that load, they're going to get that BOL signed. And as a freight broker, you're going to request that BOL back from them that's signed, because that's how you're going to get paid. We'll touch on that in a future video. ETA, estimated time of arrival. You will hear this a lot. You know, even yourself as a freight broker, you'll contact up the trucker and say, hey, what's your ETA? And basically, they're just going to give you back what time are they going to arrive at, you know, the shipper or the receiver. And you guys need to always make sure that you're in good communication with the truckers when they're out there too, because you don't want something to happen with that trucker and you don't know about it. And now that load is going to be late. So now you're going to maybe burn the bridge with, you know, your shipper, with your customer, right? So ETA, estimated time of arrival to pick up or destination. And last, we're going to go with HOS, is your hours of service. So for you guys out here being freight brokers, it's very important for you to know the hours of service. You know, we'll touch on hours of service in a future video. But right now, as a freight broker, you need to truly fully dig in, go Google hours of service, start learning that right now, because you need to know how much time these truckers have to make sure that they could get the mission in that load accomplished, right? If they don't have the hours left and you broker that load out to them, that truck might have to pull over and take their, you know, 10-hour break. So you don't really want to broker out loads to truckers who instantly have to go take a break once they get loaded up. You want that trucker to have enough time so once they go pick that load up, they still have hours to get that load at least as close to the receiver as possible. So that's hours of service. You guys can Google it right now and start learning hours of service. So real quick, let's go back over. Let's cover what we went over. OD, over dimensional, anything over 8 feet 6 inches wide. First come, first serve means that that shipper is not requiring a set appointment. So whenever that trucker could make it there, you know, for pickup between the hours they set, it's going to be on a first come, first serve basis. Rate confirmation, rate con, you should receive a rate confirmation from the shipper. And as a freight broker, you should generate a rate confirmation to send to the trucking companies that you're brokering the loads out to. BOL, bill of lading. The trucker should always pick up the BOL from the shipper. And once that trucker delivers the load, he's going to get the receiver to sign that BOL, and then you're going to request that BOL from the trucker. ETA, estimated time of arrival, for you guys out here whenever you're contacting up these truckers, is ask them what's your ETA for pickup or delivery, whichever one you're looking for. Hours of service, that's going to be the regulations, you know, based off the DOT for truckers out here. And that's something that I really highly recommend learning, you know, learn those hours of service. So this was video number 4. Next video, video number 5. If you guys have any questions right now, hit me on my text message, 317-953-8943. Go visit my website, www.extraordinarymovement.com. Go get you 10% off with DAT load board. Go sign up with TAFS, Trans Financial Services, if you guys are looking for a factoring service. Everything in the description link below. See you guys on the next video. Let's go.
CEO, commit, execute, and be obsessed. Everybody be great out there.
Commit, execute, and be obsessed. Everybody be great out there.